Okay, so today you're going to be adding and subtracting amounts of money with worded problems. So here you've got a bottle and some food, and you've got the food is £2.63 and the bottle is £1.26. So how much would it cost altogether? So you're just going to be using your column method. So £2.63 and you want to know the total of the two items and £1.26. So put your place value as you would normally when you're doing the column method. Make sure the numbers in the correct columns and your decimal points are lined up correctly. So when you're adding, you always start with the ones column. So you've got 3 add 6 is 9, 6 and 2 is 8, and then we've got 2 and 1, which is 3. Remember to put the decimal point back in. The decimal point always goes between the hundreds and the tens, and then put your pound sign in for £3.89. If it was two other amounts of money, so say it was £3.78 add £2.94, again the place value, then 8 add 4 is 12, so you put the 2 in the ones column and you carry the 10 over into the tens column, don't you? Then 9 add 1 is 10, add the 7 is 17. So you put the 7 in the tens column, because it's actually 170 because it's in the tens column. So you put the 7 in the tens column and carry the 100 over into the hundreds column. 300 plus 200 is 500, plus 100 is 600. Put your decimal point back in, because it's between the hundreds and the tens column, and your pound sign. So that equals £6.72. So if you're adding amounts, use the column method in your place value. Make sure the decimal point is in between the hundreds and the tens, and you've got your pound sign. Now, you might get some questions where it says you've got £10 and you need to buy these two items. Okay? So £3.89 and £2.80, how much change would you get? Well, if you're getting change, that means you're spending the money, so that means you need to subtract. So you could either subtract each one separately, or you could add these two together and subtract. So I think first of all, if you've got £10 and you're buying this and it costs £3.89, okay, so £3.89, I would like you to make sure you write £10 like this. It's £10 and 0 pence, okay? And there's your decimal place. Now, when you're subtracting £3.89 from it, make sure the 3 is in the hundreds column. I'll just put the place value up here, I've got that. So the 3 is in the hundreds column, it's not in the thousands column, okay? But the 10 is in the thousands and the hundreds column. So make sure it's all lined up in the correct place value in the decimal point, and then subtract. Now, you cannot subtract 9 from 0 because you can't do that. You'd need to exchange from another column, but look, you can't exchange from here because there's nothing, and you can't exchange from here, so you need to exchange from here. So you cross that out, and you carry, if you borrow the 1, that becomes 0, and you carry the 1 you borrowed into the next column. That then becomes 10. However, you still have nothing here to subtract from, so then you cross this out, that becomes a 9, and you exchange it into the tens column. That still's not going to help you, so then you cross this out, that becomes a 9, not a 10, and you carry this into the ones column. Now you can do 10 take away 9, which is 1, 9 take away 8, which is 1, 9 take away 3, which is 6, and then you've got nothing there. And then pop your decimal place back in between the hundreds and the tens column. So that would equal £6.11. You've not only just bought the bottle and the food, which came to £3.89, you've also bought some Chinese food at £2.80. So now you need to subtract £2.80 from the remainder of money. So 1 take away nothing is 1. You can't do 1 take away 8, so you exchange. This becomes a 5. You carry the 1 over, so that becomes 11. 11 take away 8 is 3. 5 take away 2 is 3. And your decimal point goes there, and your pound sign. So you can subtract each thing at a time. Another way you could have done that is to add these two numbers together using the column method and subtract it from £10 because you're buying both these things. But it's up to you. You can add the two amounts together and subtract it from the £10, or you can have £10 and take away that amount, then you're given an answer and then you subtract that amount, so you're doing it in two separate sums. It really is up to you how you do it, but when you are subtracting from £10, please make sure you write £10 out like this and put your place value. And remember, if you have got something like this, you can't do 0 take away 9, you then need to rename and exchange from another column and carry it along. Okay, if you need any help, message on the blog. If not, I'll speak to you tomorrow.